Hi guys, hope you're having a fantastic day. Just doing a video on what is the optimal exercise routine for fat loss. And I did a video on the optimal routine for nutrition. And so this one's going to be the optimal routine on fat loss. And basically for exercise, what is optimal for exercise? The science, again, like I said in the nutrition video, what is optimal is what's sustainable as well as what works best scientifically. So you've got to make sure that you look at what's optimal, and then you try and personalize it to what's going to be sustainable for you. But as you know, basically as optimal as it can be, but as sustainably. So basically, the science shows that lifting weights, resistance training, is the most effective way. Why? Because it's not just the calories that it burns when you're doing the exercise, but it's also the fact that it increases your muscle mass. And when you increase your muscle mass, muscle requires calories to burn. Requires calories to be sustained. And so what you're doing is that you're basically increasing your metabolism when you have more muscle on you. So yeah, you want to be lifting weights 2 to 3 days a week. And I recommend 3, but it's great to start with 2. I love 3 because it keeps you in the momentum of lifting weights. If I feel like whenever I go down to 2 days a week, I find it difficult to get into the gym. But when I'm doing it 3 days a week, I feel like I've got that momentum, my body's used to it, and I feel like I don't have to push myself as hard in the gym. When I go 2 days a week, I feel like I've got to push myself really, really hard. So I find that 3 days a week is great. It's also amazing for your mental health. Exercise is the most effective treatment we know for mental health. I'm pretty sure it is better than CBT. Cognitive behavioral therapy in terms of the science. So, resistance training has been shown to massively improve your mental health. So there's another extra benefit on top of it as well. So now, the biggest mistake that people do when they go to lift weights or exercise at all is that they push themselves way too hard. You don't need to push yourself that hard. Just getting into the gym is a win. Especially in the beginning, just lift some weights. It doesn't have to be the perfect program. If you're a beginner lifting weights, anything you do is going to make a massive difference. So just get into the gym. 2 to 3 days a week will make a massive difference for people. Although nutrition makes the majority of difference, exercise still very important. Exercise also regulates your appetite as well. So that helps with your nutrition. So, basically so exercise, lift weights, 2 days a week. The intensity. So it doesn't have to be 10 out of 10. You can go, especially in the beginning, your very first sessions, you probably actually want to go at about a 5 out of 10, because otherwise you're going to not be able to walk, and you're not going to be able to move. So your body's not used to this. So it's massively increasing the amount of work. So start easy and build up, and then eventually, you start getting to week 3, 4, when you want to start getting to the stage where you're pushing yourself to about a 7 to 9 out of 10 difficulty level, and that's kind of where you want to sit. Lifting weights. And so, I hope that really helps. And let me know your thoughts. But again, cardio is still important for your health. And it's good for your physical health, mental health. So I also recommend throwing in a little bit of that as well. And also walking actually burns a lot of calories. Walking technically burns more calories than lifting weights or running. Sounds really odd, but the science has proven that. But the problem is that you don't gain muscle from walking. So it would be, if I was to say the top 2, you would be lifting weights and going for walks. And And I know that sounds strange. How am I burning more calories walking than lifting weights? But it's just a reality. So yeah. That's really it. That's my advice. Exercise in terms of exercise. Let me know if you have any other questions. Thanks.